Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and it's about time we started speaking about garrisons. A lot of players have come back thanks to the Chaos Dwarfs, and yeah, the garrisons are not in a good place for every race, right? It's a bit of an annoying thing considering that you want a better defensive force, especially since the AI can be quite aggressive. What you can see here is Reichland upgraded in various states, and yeah, the garrisons are just not good. It's going to lead to a lot of problems as player bias kicks in and a lot of factions end up declaring war on me. It's an unfortunate thing which Creative Assembly have also stated they want to fix in the future. It's just we don't know when they're going to fix it in the future. Thankfully, until then, there are of course mods which can come in and fix this. Now, we did speak about a mod 6 months ago, but the problem is that that mod no longer exists. So enter this new one known as Greater Garrisons 3.0 by Zorbaz. It was actually released on the 14th, meaning that it's compatible with the Chaos Dwarfs. Now what you can see on screen right now is a new version of the garrisons, various degrees of upgrading and so on, and yeah, it's actually not too bad. It solves a lot of issues. Even basic garrisons like what Elihan has is a little bit better, and obviously the Karlberg one is just really good. It's not the best, obviously it's not high tier units and so on, but at least it's a full stack or as close to a stack as possible, which means that you'll be able to defend your settlement a little bit better. This mod will allow you to just have a little bit more freedom and a little bit more defensive power throughout your areas. Not only is it going to be a quality of life improvement, but it's just going to feel a little bit more realistic. Kind of harkens back to all the Total War games. Simply done, all you have to do is just upgrade your settlement, right? You just go through the motions, and different buildings will provide different units. So for example, when you start off with the basic Empire barracks, you'll get a spearman. Then when you upgrade it a little further, spearman with shields, and then finally when it gets to its final form, you know, the last building in tier 3, that will get you great sword units. So as you're going to notice, as you upgrade your settlements, doesn't matter if it's minor or major, you're just going to get a bunch more units. It's going to feel a lot better for you. Obviously, it's going to take a while to be able to get a decent garrison, but at least it actually feels like you're expanding. A lot of people do get the same buildings when it comes to these settlements, mostly because they do focus on, well, you know, the usual stuff. You normally turn your minor settlements into money farms and your major settlements into the actual aggressive ones, but your major settlements are also boosted with this, and your minor settlements will at least have a bit more better defense. You just have to build the basic garrison building, and there you go. You actually have something fairly decent. The mod, as far as I've seen, affects every single race, and yeah, I'm going with the Empire here, as the Empire is the current most played race throughout the statistics that Creative Assembly posted a while back. We don't know the full statistics, and obviously things could have changed, but it's safe to say that people will go back to the Empire, as, yeah, funny enough, they were one of the most commonly played in the tabletop too. It's just something that a lot of people gravitate to because it's a bit more familiar, right? Everyone likes kind of playing humans because of that. You're not boring, it's a typical thing. It happens with loads of other franchises too. So yeah, this works with every single race, and I think it's just very noticeable with the Empire as they've got kind of bad garrisons, and it's definitely very noticeable as the Empire is a bit of a slow grow race at the moment due to the fact that you've got so many enemies in the Empire, and it's obviously not very ideal to attack other Empire factions due to how authority works. But I think it'll probably be a bit more noticeable if we compare it to the Chaos Dwarfs. So the Chaos Dwarfs themselves have only recently released. And yeah, fun faction, I really enjoy it. I've actually have around 200 hours playing with them so far, and they're a very fun race. But the big issue is their garrisons. You can see this over here. It's not so bad with the tower's not that upgraded, but the factory and the outpost, both of them are fully upgraded with their garrison, and yeah, that's kind of abysmal, isn't it? The fact of the matter is that you can see it is not going to last. This is going to get targeted very easily, so unless you're actually pushing out very heavily, you're going to have loads of stuff coming into you, right? It's going to be one of those things when anti-player bias kicks in, where you've got multiple wars in different fronts. How often, I mean, I've seen this, I've been watching a bunch of streamers on my days off and so on, since the DLC released. I've seen them, they've been struggling to hold certain settlements, despite being fully upgraded. yeah, you're getting attacked by multiple sides, you're not really going to be able to defend these areas, and you can't really afford other armies. It's unfortunate, but yeah, the garrison issue is very well known. However, things get a lot better when you start using this mod, as you can see with the Stone Sky Foothills. Yeah, it's a better garrison. It's not great because it's still an outpost, but it's at least more defendable, which is quite important when you're playing as the Chaos Dwarfs, where the majority of the races actually don't like you. So yeah, this is better. And the same thing when you actually look at the factory. The factory is much, much better. Those are the ones which actually have a decent garrison to be able to protect themselves. But the idea is, now you can actually protect yourself. Now you won't have to worry too much. Obviously, you're still going to be getting attacked from different locations, but if you can actually protect yourself, it's not going to be as frustrating. And I think that something like this is really going to make people's campaigns a lot better, as you're definitely going to be in a bit more relaxed of a state. So I've been playing a campaign right now in my own time, and I've been using the mod, and it is definitely much, much better. I've been using it with the Chaos Dwarfs, and yeah, it feels a lot better. It feels like it's something that we need in vanilla. Hopefully Creative Assembly have something similar in mind when it comes to this in the future, because we know, again, it's mentioned that garrisons feel weak in the known issues list, and I was hoping it was going to show up in 3.0, it's a big patch, but you never know. Obviously, they are probably trying to test it to see how they could make it unique and how they could make it work without breaking other races. These things do take time, I guess, and, it's the whole thing with management, having to oversee everything, and that stuff is slower than, for example, a modder. Because the modder does everything by themselves, they don't have to get any approval from anyone else. So I played around with this mod with my own Chaos Dwarf campaign and started up a Bretonnia one too, and I just want to talk about what I feel about this mod, because it's honestly quite a good premise. It does fix a lot of issues. Keep in mind that the AI will also benefit from this too, so you will fight better garrisons as a whole. But it definitely does feel like, yeah, they're expanding. The enemy is reinforcing their settlements. It obviously makes sense for them to do so. So, yeah, you're going to get a few harder fights, but the enemy is also up for a few harder fights. If you're a type of person like me who likes to expand fairly quickly, as I've been doing a lot lately, it's definitely got that feeling that you won't need to actually leave too much to defend. You won't have to leave armies in a defensive line. It's still something that you might want to do anyway, considering that, if you end up getting into a war. For example, here I was playing as Drazoa at one point, and yeah, Imrik attacked me. At the same time, the Ogres attacked me. At the same time, Greasus decided to fight me. When I dealt with them and I was focusing on Greasus, I had Zhao Ming attacking me, but also Karak Azul, Karak Kadrin. At one point, Archeon decided to attack me. I guess he wanted the Dark Fortresses in the Darklands. So yeah, I was fighting in multiple areas, and having this, having an actual defensive line was fantastic. This is a mod that's probably going to stay in my load order as long as possible. Hopefully this one doesn't mysteriously vanish like the other one did. I'm not sure if the other one was actually just like version 2.0, but still. Yeah, let me know what you guys think about this mod in the comments below. It's definitely going to be better for you. It's linked in the description, by the way, if you want to just download it directly. And yeah, I'll see you all again very, very soon. Have a good day.